Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Abhinav. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How was your vacation?
It was good. It was good.
Good, e- good
Good
evening.
evening.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, Moksha. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Okay, good. So when do you have Diwali break?
Ma'am, there is no holiday for us. Preparation for board exams.
So you mean to say that you have the extra classes during that time?
Yes, ma'am. Extra class for only 10th class only.
Okay, okay. So it'll be like full day or the half day?
Full day, ma'am. Maybe from 8 to evening 6 o'clock.
Okay, okay, okay. It's like long. Okay, children turn on the videos.
We don't have Diwali breaks, ma'am. We just have a holiday. We have Dasara breaks.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
the school, it is like that. The Shara break you will be getting, but no Diwali break.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's like it's same for all, right?
Yeah, at
Okay,
least in this state.
okay, okay. Good evening, Aryan, Horia, Arif, Zaria. Turn on the videos, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. Turn on the video. We'll wait for 1 more minute. Let them join. So in the last class, what we have discussed, I think we have discussed about the brain, the structure of the brain, and we have started with the forebrain. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're continuing that. So let's start now. Let them join. Quickly, we will revise the last class because it's almost a week time now. Horia, I was also absent last week. Okay, so in the last class, we have discussed, we have started with the brain, and we have started with the parts of the brain, which are the forebrain, midbrain, and the hidbrain. Okay, in the forebrain, we have discussed that is the main thinking part. So, whatever thinking work we'll be doing, whatever the reasoning work will be doing, that will be done by the forebrain. In the forebrain, different lobes will be there, means different kind of the divisions will be there. There are the four major lobes: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and the occipital. So these different lobes, they will be doing the different functions. Frontal lobe, FM, it means the muscular activity. F stands for frontal, M stands for the muscular activity. So this frontal lobe, they are located in the front part of the brain, and which controls the voluntary movement or speech. So like now I'm talking to you, I am saying something to you. That is what is a kind of speech only, right? So that will be controlled by the frontal lobe. It is also called as the emotional control center because whatever the emotions we come up, maybe the crying, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are happy. So that is because of this frontal lobe only. The second one, PT. The shortcut I told you, it's PT. Basically, PT, parietal lobe, it's for the touch. So you are able to, feel the hot object, the cold object, or you're able to feel the texture of it, or you're able to feel that is rough
Good
or
evening, ma'am.
smooth. That is good evening. That is because of the parietal lobe. Then temporal lobe, TA, it's for the auditory. It means hearing. Whatever I am saying to you, you are able to hear. It's because of the temporal lobe. Then the next one is the occipital lobe. It is located at the back of the brain. And so whatever you are seeing,
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
the full brain is the three
Ma'am,
it
your
all
voice is.
affects you. Again, let me share the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So cerebrum, the largest part, left and right will be there. With the help of this, the main thing will be happening as
Ma'am, you're
like the
not sharing
cerebellum, that is
screen.
the reasoning.
It's not visible.
Let me share it again there. Okay. Now is it visible? Yes, children, now
Yes,
is it
ma'am.
visible? Okay. Then the last part is the diencephalon. Diencephalon is basically the part which has the two regions, two divisions more, thalamus and the hypothalamus. Thalamus is basically the connection between the motor and the sensory signal. So if you have touched the hot object, the signals through this neuron, this thalamus, it will be going. Then hypothalamus, basically whatever the involuntary actions you have, like, the desire for the sexual intercourse or the body temperature, it's changing, which is not in our hands. If you feel thirsty, if you feel hungry, that is because of involuntary action and which is done by the hypothalamus. So that was about the four brain part. Now moving to the next part of it is the midbrain. The second part is the midbrain. Now in the case of the midbrain, it's like a very, very small part of the brain, and it is also covered by cerebral hemisphere. So what it has the reason it is also being divided into the cerebral hemisphere. Like if I talk about the brain have a fluid which is called as what? What is the full form of CSF?
Cerebrospinal fluid.
Very good. It is the cerebrospinal fluid. So in the brain, what will be there? A fluid will be there, which is called as cerebrospinal fluid. With the help of this fluid, what happened? It will be absorbing all the shock. So it is a shock absorber. So we does not get any kind of a shock because of this fluid. So since in our brain, this fluid is present in the different layers, in the different meninges layers, because of that, what happened? We are not getting the shock. If this cerebrospinal fluid is not available, then definitely what happen? Our body can get shock easily. So you might have heard, like, sometimes when someone touch the socket, or sometimes when they touch the wires and all, immediately they get, they get shock and they die. It is because in their brain, this cerebrospinal fluid is present less in amount. So because of that, this they will be dying. So the main function of this midbrain, what do they do? They will be controlling it controls the sight and hearing reflexes. Sight and hearing reflexes. So uh, as like your front part, the forebrain part, same way they will also be helping them to work for the seeing, to see and to hear the reflexes. Reflexes can be anything. It can be, It can be the sound I'm speaking. It can be the song also what you hear. It can be the football what you see. So every the kind of the visuals you hear or you audio you hear and the visual you see, it's because of this midbrain. Now coming to the last part is the hindbrain. The last part of it is the hindbrain. So this hindbrain has again the three parts which are very very important for the board exam. Every year they ask question either from the forebrain, either from the hindbrain. So hindbrain is again the important part. It consists of three again division. The first one it is cerebellum. In the case of the forebrain, it was cerebrum. Here it is cerebellum. The second part is the pons, and the third part is the medulla oblongata. So these are the three major parts: cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Fine. Now we will be discussing the functions of each and every part of it, starting with the cerebellum. Cerebellum. Now, as like the cerebrum was the largest part of the brain, this cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. This is the second largest part of the brain. So, if the question comes, what is the first part? What is the first largest part? Then the answer will be cerebrum. And if they ask the second part, then it is the cerebellum. So, cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. And also, that is why it is called as the little brain. The cerebellum is also called as the little brain. So if they ask you, name the little brain, and it will be cerebellum. The next point is it is present below the cerebrum. So wherever the cerebrum is present, below to it, it is the cerebellum. And above the medulla oblongata. So they are present below the cerebellum, whereas above the medulla, above the medulla oblongata and behind pons. This point is important. Why? It's because they can ask you the position of the cerebellum. So if they ask you position of the cerebellum, you should write all these four lines. They are first thing, they are present below the cerebellum. Second thing, above the medulla oblongata, and third thing, they are present behind the pons. So behind the pons, below the cerebellum, and above the medulla oblongata. So that is what is the position of the cerebellum. So this is the important point of it. The next point is it is responsible for the it is responsible for the precision of the voluntary action. Precision of the voluntary action. It means the action which requires the movement. So whatever the action which requires the movement, where we have to think and we have to move. Like if I'm asking you to dance, right, the movement will be there. If I ask you to write, the movement will be there. So you are thinking and then you are doing it. So which is what the precision of the voluntary action. And also they are required for the maintenance of equilibrium and posture of the body. These 2 points are very important. Posture of the body. Now, the way how you are sitting, the way how you stand, that will be because of this cerebellum. These 2 points always they ask for the functions of the cerebellum. The major two functions of the cerebellum, if it comes, then it is the maintenance of the equilibrium. It means, the whole body, our whole body has some or the other kind of the chemical reaction which is happening, right? So if all the reactions which are happening in our body, it's happening in an appropriate way, then what happens? We will not be getting any problem. We will be fit and fine. So that is what the maintenance of the equilibrium. But if in case sometimes then what happens, or maybe one or the other organ does not work, in that case, what happens? We will get the problem. And why it happens? It happens because of the cerebellum. So if this cerebellum in our body is working properly, then definitely our body will be working properly. We don't have any problem. But sometimes, if due to certain reasons, if they are not working, cerebellum part of the brain is not working, then we might get the problem. The second thing, what they will be doing, maintaining the posture of the body. So sometimes, like you might have, observed during your half yearly exam time, you will be sitting with the book, and all of a sudden you will be, sitting on the chair. Then you will come to the bed, and from the bed, slowly, slowly, gradually, you will be lying down. Correct? Yes or no,
Yes,
children?
ma'am.
Is it correct or wrong? It happens, right? With you also, with me also, it happens. We will be sitting so attentively that we have to study, but later on, after a few minutes, slowly and gradually, we'll be lying down, and after lying down, then we will be holding the books and reading something, right? So this posture of the body is being decided by the cerebellum. This point is very important for your exam. So it's like walking in a straight line, riding a bicycle. You are holding the pen or you're holding the pencil. These all are will be controlled by the cerebellum. Fine. So right till here, then we will be going to the next part, which is the pons. Understood, Rizwana, Dhriti, Abhinav, Aryan, Sumukh.
Ma'am, when did you explain forebrain, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Forebrain in the last class I've explained, like before week.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, there was a
Good
little
evening.
net issue.
Okay. So forebrain I've explained the class. No, I have edited this file, so I cannot tell you exactly. I think Thursday. Let's see, the date is written here. Thursday's class. I think you might be on leave, Abhinav. On 10th of October, I have explained this.
Ma'am, no, ma'am, me. Sumuk.
Sumukh. Sumukh or 10th of October. I think you messaged
Ma'am,
me also that you are
did
not
you
available for
mention
the
me?
class. Yeah, I think by mistakenly I have mentioned you. It was Sumukh actually. Sumukh, I think you messaged me that day that you are not available for the class.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that day we did the forebrain. Okay. Okay, so start writing this, the midbrain, the second part. Sudhamshu, understood? Siddhi, Sudhamshu, Rarea.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So midbrain, they are also covered by the cerebral hemisphere, a kind of fluid, whereas they will be helping for the seeing, whatever we see, whatever we hear, it is because of the midbrain. Then the next part, the hindbrain, they have the three parts, cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain, and that is why it is called as a little brain. And it is present below the cerebrum, above the medulla, and behind the pons. Because of this cerebellum, two functions will be done. The major functions are the maintenance of equilibrium and the posture of the body. It means the balance of the body. If you are standing straight, you do not fall down. It is because of the cerebellum. Done with the space, children? Aryan, Abhinav done. Siddhi, Sudhamshu, Dharya, Jati, Sumukh, Shubhansh,
Yes, ma'am.
done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Go to the next one. Okay, let me share again. Is it done, the second page?
Ma'am, one second.
Aryan, Abhinav, Dharya, Rizwana, done with this page?
I'm done.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we go? The screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Write fast so that we can complete the hindbrain also now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now the next part is the pons. This pons is basically situated in front of the cerebellum. So they are situated in front of the cerebellum, then below the midbrain, below the midbrain, and then above oblongata. They are situated in front of the cerebellum, below the midbrain, and above the medulla oblongata. Now, coming to the functions of it, it will be actually doing the two major functions. The two major functions will be done by the pons. The first thing is the regulation of the respiration. So whatever the breathe, whatever the respiration is happening in our body, that is controlled by the pons part of the brain. Whereas the second function of it is regulate the sleep awake cycle. So in the night time, some of you will sleep in the night time, some of you will sleep in the morning time, some of you will be sleeping for, maybe 6 hours, some of you will be sleeping for maybe 10 hours, some of you will be sleeping for 3 hours. So that all things will be controlled by the pons part of the brain. So two major functions are done by the pons. The first thing, the respiration process which is happening in our body, that will be regulated by the pons. And the second thing, the sleep awake cycle will also be regulated by the pons part of the brain. And this is very, very important for the board exam. For 1 mark question, sometimes they give you the function and they ask you to write the name of the part which is responsible for it. And sometimes what do? They will be asking you to write the function of the pons directly. So from this chapter, every year directly you are getting the question. Any sample paper you can take, and you will be noticing that all the questions from this chapter are direct. There are no twisted or turned questions and all. So that's why learn this chapter, thoroughly with each and every functions of it. And be it the short form also like ANS, PNS, CNS, learn the short forms also. Then the last part is the medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. Now this medulla oblongata, it is the posterior part of the brain. It is the posterior. Posterior means at the back. So it is the posterior part of the brain. And if I talk about the location, it is located beneath the cerebellum. Beneath the cerebellum, it is located. Now, coming to the function, again, a very important part of it. The functions, basically, they will be controlling the involuntary actions. The actions which are not under our control, that will be controlled by the medulla oblongata part of the brain, like the heartbeat. So, heartbeat will be controlled by the medulla oblongata. Sometimes in the board exam, instead of heartbeat, they give the word cardiac center. Fine. So the meaning is same. If they talk about the heartbeat or if they talk about the cardiac center, cardiac means related to the heart. So if anything if they're asking related to the heart or the cardiac, it means it will be involuntary action done by the medulla oblongata. Second thing, what they will be doing is they will be controlling the rate of respiration. So whatever the rate is there, they will be controlling the respiration. And that is why it is called as the respiratory center, because they will be controlling the rate of it. The third thing, what they will be doing is the contraction of the blood vessels. They will be controlling the contractions of blood vessels. What are the three types of the blood vessels, children?
RBC, WBC platelets.
Shubhansh, blood vessels.
Blood. Sorry, ma'am.
What are the three types of the blood vessels, children?
Blood vessels.
Veins, arteries, and capillaries.
Correct. Arteries, veins, and capillaries. Fine. So arteries, veins, and capillaries, their contraction will be controlled by the medulla oblongata. And this is actually called as the vasomotor center. Like the respiration, it is called as respiratory center. Same way, the contraction of the blood vessel is called as the vasomotor center. Very, very important. If they give you this name, vasomotor center, it means they're talking about the contraction of the arteries, veins, and the capillaries. Then the next thing, what they will be doing is they will be helping in the secretion of saliva. It means the production of the saliva. And this is called as here the salivary center. Sali- Salivary center. So these are the major things what they will be doing. The heartbeat, which is called as a cardiac center, rate of respiration called as respiratory center, contraction of blood vessels, which is called as the vasomotor center, secretion of saliva, salivary center. Apart from that, the small functions what they will be controlling is the coughing, what we do regularly, sneezing, sometimes we sneeze because of those particles, sometimes vomit, that is also will be controlled by them, then urination, most of the time we try to control the urine. That is also done by this medulla oblongata. Then blood pressure in our body, that will also be regulated or controlled by them. Then the peristalsis movement, which is basically the movement or contraction and relaxation of the esophagus wall muscles, right? That is also done by them. Then swallowing of food. So we swallow the food, that is also done by the medulla oblongata. So you can see so many major functions are being done by the medulla oblongata. Am I clear, children, with this? Any doubt do you have? Purya, Aryan, Abhinav, Siddhi, Dharya,
Yes,
Moksha,
ma'am.
any doubt, Rizwana?
No,
Any doubt, any one of you?
no, ma'am.
No,
Learn them as such. And in your copy, when you're writing, write them as such. Okay, don't change anything. If you write in such a way, like I have written this 3 points. So write in the 3 points only. Because if you write in the statement form, you might get forget. Right? So done with this page, writing of this page. So with this, we are completed with the forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain, which is basically the brain part of the body. Now, second part is the spinal cord. Spinal cord is very small topic. So first complete this now. Done with this page, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we go to the next one? Shall we go to the next one now, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am really needs to fix the internet.
Yes, right. I think my network is creating a lot of problem today. Is my screen visible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, complete this.
Completed, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then go for the next one. And learn these names, children. Vasomotor, you have the respiratory center, vasomotor, what is related to salivary center. So this is also important.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay, go to the next one, the last one. Others, what about others?
Completed, ma'am.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
All have completed, okay.
You will share these notes, right? Because I would be referring it later when my notes aren't available.
What enough?
You will post these, right?
Ma'am, I was writing. Oh shit.
They don't leave.
Okay, children, I'll share this file there on the resources. One more thing now I wanted to ask you, what about the last week complement this compensatory class? When I should do that? And turn on the videos, children. Last week class, when I should conduct it. Is it okay if it is like Friday at somewhere 5 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So, Muk, 5 o'clock Friday?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am, I should check. I would have another class. I will clarify you on Thursday because
No, see, I need to fix it because I should not take any other class. That's the reason I'm
ma'am, you
asking you
can
out.
take on Thursday.
Thursday, I have already classes actually. I can't take on Thursday. From 5 to 7 already I have the class.
Okay, ma'am.
So that is why I said the Friday I can take it.
Yes,
Dhriti is
ma'am, you
okay,
can take.
Moksha is okay, Aran is okay, Abhinav is okay. Sudhamshu, is it okay on Friday, 5 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Dharya is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rizwana, okay. Siddhi is okay. Arvind is not there. Okay, fine. So it's better than on Friday, 5 o'clock I'll be taking, and I'll be taking 5 to 6 actually. Okay,
ma'am,
because I think, yeah, tell me, Abhinav.
also post the notes, ma'am,
Huh,
because
I'll do that.
I
I'll
will
do
be
that.
referring to it sometimes.
I'll do that. So Thursday I will have one class, which is basically the 6 o'clock or 6:10 to 6:50. Then Friday you will have the 1 hour class, which is for 5 to 6. Okay, and then you can continue with your the next class, Arvind sir's class. And Saturday you won't have the grammar, you won't have the social science class. Okay?
Your voice is bleeding.
Ma'am,
Am I
can you
audible,
repeat?
children?
Completed, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Today, I think a lot of problem is from my side. Again and again, it is going. Okay, so I was saying that Saturday, social science class and English grammar class will not be there. Instead of that, we will have one maths class. Okay, so maths ma'am will be taking the maths class, as last week she was not available, I think on Thursday and Friday, I guess, right? So she will be taking the social science class on Saturday, and I will be compensating it on Friday, 5 to 6.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Saturday you can take at 16,
Do we have
5:30 to
subjective test
16.
now?
Yes, you have already have posted, right? The chapter how to organism reproduce already have posted, and paper is also being uploaded there. But you will be able to see only on Saturday at 5 p.m. You have the paper, okay? Subjective, both maths and science. Yeah, Samuk, you were saying something?
Ma'am, you can also compensate in the on Saturday also.
No, Saturday already maths ma'am is taking, and you will have the physics class also on that day. So it will be like, the three classes. I will be getting somewhere the time slot, somewhere 7:30 or 8 I'll be getting. Where already I have the other class.
Okay, ma'am.
So that's what, like, the Friday 5 to 6, I don't have any class, so I'll be taking that time. And most probably I'll be completing this part of the control and coordination by next week itself. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, then we will be remaining with the chapter R environment and heredity part. Heredity chapter will not be taking much time, as it has only the three major topic: monohybrid, dihybrid, and the sex determination topic. And going to the R environment chapter, it's important chapter, and we'll be going in a detailed way for the chapter. Okay, and for the heredity chapter, we will be doing lot of practice for the question, because that chapter requires only the practice. If you know how to solve the monohybrid questions and answers, definitely you can score full on full marks. Okay, so practice will be doing a lot for the chapter. All right,
Ma'am, in that chapter, I actually got pretty good marks. So.
that's good. Actually, once you know how to do that, definitely you will be getting the full marks. No one can reduce the marks also in that, because the numerical part and the steps are not required much actually to write there. So
Ma'am, in
Abhinav, how
our
much you have got in
environment,
your exam?
numericals are there.
Yes, it is there. The energy law, actually, the flow of energy. Abhinav, how much marks have you got in the exam? Sumuk, how much have you got? And last time, Abhinav, how much have you got? This time, okay. Last time, children, just send me your marks.
Last time, like, when? Ma'am?
Last
Ma'am,
time
I
means
should
like,
still I should still get bio marks. I didn't get. I will tell the full marks after getting
RN
it.
it is RN it is really very less actually. Abhinav, also you have got less marks. I'm expecting more actually.
Ma'am,
Fine, so start
In
practicing.
last
Yeah.
week exam, I got 35 out of 33. Sorry,
That's
33
33
marks
out
to
of 35.
33 marks.
But that's nice actually.
I lost in
33 marks
chemistry,
of it out of
not
35.
in physics and bio.
Chemistry you have,
ma'am,
bio.
points were less, ma'am,
Okay.
as per my teacher. Arey, ma'am, so many I had
Yeah,
written,
that's
ma'am.
true actually, you should write the point to point. Mhm.
So
Do you
many
have
I
your
had
answer
written.
sheet, Aaron, with you?
No, ma'am, it is a teacher.
Ma'am,
So do you have the PTM? In the PTM, can you click the photograph and send it to me?
Ma'am, PTM. It happened
Yeah.
few days before only. 3 days before.
Oh. Then you can
Mm,
request, like, you don't say that you will be showing to any other
I'll
person, but just
I'll
request them.
I'll try, ma'am, tomorrow.
Okay. See, children, if I get, your answer sheet, then I can tell you where you have done the mistake, how you should write, how you should draw the diagrams. Okay. So try to get your answer sheet, and bio part, I will be helping you out how to do that.
ma'am, I got less in chemistry and physics.
Same, ma'am. Plus
In
one.
Okay, see, this will be going up and down for the whole year, and no problem. But yes, definitely, each and every stream of the science now you need to work on, and it's high time. It's October month is going to get over. You have just November, December, and January.
1998.
Fine, so yeah, kind of. So that's what, like, work
Ma'am,
hard
our
and practice
reports are
more. Actually,
starting with November 22nd.
very good then. So practice more of questions actually, the notes if you have. We are also sending you the study material, right? For example, if yesterday I have shared you some chapter, might be the chapter you have there, the life process. So read the chapter and solve the paper. Fine. Every day, I think one or the other paper I am sending there, be it the math, be it the science. So read them one day prior or the next day. You read them and then solve them. Fine, do that. Make it as a habit. Like if you are not able to solve them in one stretch, one go, then divide them into 2 halves.
Okay, ma'am.
It's soon, very soon, Riti. Okay, children. Then thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.